and accomplishments and everything, and so the purpose of this little seminar is that whatever question you have, I mean, they have seen so much of the world of the players and the development and so forth. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. You know, if it's in Finnish, we translate it. If it's in Swedish.
What's really positive is the level of our international players. It was that way when Hege and Birgit Prince and Doris Fitchen and many of the other players were in the league the last time, and we have also excellent players, many of them playing here. We have Marta and Kelly Smith and Mayama from Japan, and many top international players, and I think we'll attract more. That makes the league not only positive from a credibility standpoint, but also the level of play. They are our most sophisticated players, and they are our most technical players. And I would say, and we might not all agree on this, but probably in the top 10 players in the league, 8 of them are international players. But we need to improve. So where do we need to improve? You know, the professionalism of our college players and our amateur players. Meaning by professionalism, how to, most of these players coming out of college, they are the stars on their team. All of a sudden they get put into an environment where they might not be selected for the team or for the roster. They may be left home on a trip, and they have troubles dealing with that, because all through their career they have been the best player on their team. So now they have to learn a professional attitude. They have to take care of themselves away from, you know, in their lifestyle. See as much soccer. And American females don't watch enough soccer. They don't watch it. I think internationally the females are better at watching top-level men's soccer or international soccer. But in America, the players don't watch enough, so they have trouble reading the game, making the right decision at the right time during the match. Physically, as we found with the college players, they need to, in college there's a more liberal substitution pattern, so they have to be prepared to play 90 minutes, only 3 substitutes as it is international.
I took the ball into the box, and I was the one that come with a diving head. That cross, if you compare that cross to cross today, everything's been so much better than compared to before, except for crosses. You can talk about fitness, you can talk about the rhythm of the game, about technique, well, receiving the ball and so forth. But crosses, if you look at the crosses in the WPS and in the national team, and even here, you know, their ability. Actually, first of all, let me use a heads up and pick a player. Very often it looks like, yeah, they serve the ball into the box and they have this in the air and just cross it. Hopefully there should be something. And of course they have learned there are 2 spots, or maybe 3 spots. Here, and here, and here. So you try to hit these spots. But my question is, there are 2 things. The technique. There are some of the players, like even in the national team, really good players, but they could improve the game so much if they were accurate enough and pick up a player. So you have the technical, and you need to work on that over and over again, as you know. But there's also one thing, reading the game, not only technique. So I asked some of the players, okay, you play the ball, and actually you play the ball in to this spot here, where you should. There's no player. So whose fault is it? Well, no, we should have runners going in here, you know, right? But let's say there's only one runner here and here. So we say reading the game and pick a player. I think that's an awful ball. Honestly, it's awful if there's only defenders. Even though we practice, here are the spots you just pick. But if the runner's coming here or here and she's wide open, then we have to heads up and you pick the play. And that's a weakness. If you look at the European Championship, still is a weakness compared to even the final pass, even build-up. Look at the back four today. They're comfortable with the ball more so than 10 years ago. But when it comes to this, American people have come to this. How do you spell for responsibility? What's the next letter? Not for me. Responsibility. That's one word. So who is responsible? So now I'm going into coaching. You guys want to solve this puzzle, right? So instead of I'm the one that should motivate the players. I don't think I should motivate the players. The motivation should come from inside, with passion. Maybe I could inspire to make the player find the motivation, find the passion. I don't know if you can learn passion. But anyways, so for me is to communicate with the player and put her into this situation and tell her, you know, you're responsible for adding more process. If you want to work on something, now we're talking about process, could be shooting, whatever. So how many times a week should you do that?
First team, like the top level team in Norway. And in order to be better, the federation have a license. So all the clubs need to have full-time coaches, need to have good economical plan, need to have stadiums, like the same in Sweden, I guess. Stadiums with roof and 500 seats. And it's not that many stadiums that in Norway. So to get the license, we started to talk about the men's team, about joining them in their club. And the top director of the team, he was very positive. He was a man, and he was positive. We started to talk about how we can make this happen. And for next year, this will be a top men team and a top women's team in the same club. So 6 and all the way up to 19. And even the women's team, twice a week, they play boys team in practice. Games 4v4, 6v6, 8v8, 11v versus 11. So the development is good. Hopefully there will be Champions League for that club in the future. That's the goal. And from all this, hopefully the media already starting to build something, because promoting the game with the captain of women's game and the men's game, so the whole community knows just as much about the women's game as the men's game. So from that game, from that promote, hopefully the women's game will start developing even more. And then you have the fans coming to the game. Like you said, 100 people watching the games here. It's the same in Norway. And this team started this year, joining the men's team, and go from 100 to 1,000. Just by being a part, and then get more money because the sponsors and the media are more interested. So selling the top women's and the men's game together.